Last summer, a 5-year-old boy picked up a used needle while playing in a local park, and his mom says they're not going back unless something changes. But Cobourg's new 10-year parks master plan doesn't actually fix the problem. Instead, it surrenders our public spaces to it. It admits families are avoiding parks because of encampments, needles, and open-air drug use, and then it recommends more meetings instead of real solutions. Our kids get one childhood, and they deserve better than managed decline. Let's dig in. I'm Tamara Ugolini here in Cobourg, Ontario, and as a mom of children ranging in age from 5 to 17, I've recently become aware of Cobourg's latest 10-year Parks and Recreation Master Plan. By the time that this plan ends, my youngest will be well into his teen years. And there was a point where I was a teen downtown Cobourg. And I look back on those times fondly, the dog days of summer spent endlessly at our beautiful beach, digging in the sand without ever worrying about coming across anything from a needle to crumpled up tinfoil or crack pipes. I remember a safe community where we didn't look over our shoulder at every turn, our heads certainly weren't on a swivel, and teens could walk home at night without parents wondering if they would be attacked by the latest psychosis sufferer on the street. Now, I'm not saying this to villainize those suffering from severe mental health afflictions and or addiction or the nexus of both of those things, but we cannot allow compassion for some to come at the expense of safety and quality of life for everyone else, especially our children. Cobourg was coined Ontario's feel-good town for a reason, but now woke staff bureaucrats and elected ideologues are managing its decline. Case in point, I have to check every crevice at every park before my family and my children can even play. I have to ensure that bathrooms are clear of drug paraphernalia before entering. And I even have to tell my children not to use the porta potties at the local baseball diamond because it's safer to pee in a shrub than risk fentanyl residue exposure. Those are just some of the reasons why I am concerned by this parks proposal document, because it will be at the core of every Cobourg kid's entire childhood for the next decade. And what I'm seeing is alarming, mostly because of what I have already documented downtown Cobourg. Families avoiding parks because of encampments, discarded needles and other paraphernalia, open drug use, crime, disorder, and general disarray.
We're just allowing it to slide, and we're allowing this behavior, and we're being told to accept it. And I don't think we should have to accept this behavior.
They're always going to be here. We're not going to disappear.
They just don't want these people hanging around all the time, and they just ruin everything.
I've lived in Cobourg for over 50 years. I've raised my family here. I felt safe. But now I don't.
This is not just a law and order issue. It's a social issue, it's an addiction issue, it's a political issue, it's a funding issue. We need all hands on deck to be able to solve this problem. He can't do this.
People go to get to bed, and depending who it is, oh no, we're full.
I don't agree with people living illegally.
My reporting has shown how low barrier shelters and the enablement of drug-fueled criminality has turned quiet streets into hubs of chaos, and it's pulling kids away from public spaces. And this isn't fear-mongering. It's a reality I've been reporting on for years. And one concerned resident already shared this exact experience as part of Explore Cobourg's online feedback mechanism, writing that their 5-year-old son picked up a needle while playing in a park last summer, and that they won't be back until something is done.
It's such a shame to have that building in place and not have people be able to use it.
Yeah, we have harm reduction stuff. Anything that you need, we can try to find. We can help you to sort things out.
Homeless, drug addicted, people that are currently active in their drug use, people with mental health issues, all under one roof. It's not working for the community. It's not a solution that benefits the community as a whole.
And it's sad. I know they need help, but I don't think this is the way to do it.
You can't just be like, here's some methadone. It's like, you give a man a fish, he eats for a day. You teach him to fish, he eats for a lifetime.
Say that this is a bad place because of drug addicts is a hate crime.
Don't do drugs.
Yet this master plan feels more like surrender and acquiescing our public spaces rather than changing the trajectory and putting our truly most vulnerable children and elderly ahead of criminality. This plan admits the problems from encampments to drugs, families, and seniors steering clear of the beautiful ecology garden that I'm standing in front of now. And then it recommends more meetings between staff, police, public health, and unhoused advocates. But where are the parents, the grandparents, the recreation programmers, the staff of the kids from this very canoe camp that witnessed questionable happenings 3 summers ago when at least one gunshot rang out at the encampment that set up shop just alongside it? None of this is addressed in this plan and simply calls for a sharps container to be installed here. Also, where's the feedback from the families who actually use these parks for their intended purposes, or those who pay taxes to have them and maintain them in the first place? And then also, those taxpayers pay for the fallout of all of this disorder. As Mayor Lucas Cleveland put it, this is social services advocacy language, not parks planning language, riddled all throughout this plan. Sure, it's not all bad. There's a proposed new splash pad because the existing one is so popular. Yet, even though the outdoor rink is also highly used, no additional rinks are being planned for. It's a lot of inaction after inaction. Investigate, explore, consider, continue to pursue. This isn't some bold 10-year vision. It's not a reinvigoration of beautiful parks and playgrounds. It's managed decline while letting the problems fester. The report compares us to other places like Collingwood, Wasaga Beach, and Orillia, all of which have vibrant waterfront destination playgrounds and spaces that make families proud. We do have one of Ontario's most beautiful waterfronts here in Cobourg. Why are we planning to manage its decline instead of building its excellence? A town that plans for problems gets more problems. A town that plans ambitiously for families gets more families. Taxpayers aren't here to fund endless further study and user group fundraisers. We deserve real priorities: safe, vibrant parks, more family amenities, actual solutions to clear out the needles and the encampments. Our kids only get one childhood. They deserve to learn to ride bikes, play in splash pads, skate under lights, use the bathrooms, and make memories in safe, inspiring spaces, not having to navigate around discarded needles and social experiments. This draft plan normalizes failure when it should inspire greatness. And for now, it's apparently still a draft, but the engagement window is closing soon. So read it yourself on Engage Cobourg and email Cobourg Council before this Monday, June the 8th, with your feedback. The community needs to demand better, safer, family-first parks and recreation because our children's memories are worth fighting for. Share this if you are a Cobourg parent, grandparent, or a resident who wants better and to make your voices heard. For Rebel News in Cobourg, Ontario, I'm Tamara Ugolini. We've been documenting the decay, the mismanagement, the disorder happening on streets all across the country, but also here in Cobourg at fixourcities.com. If you want to see more of my reports on this file, and of course chip in if you're able to support this kind of journalism, please do so at fixourcities.com.